I didn't hit the intro. I normally have a couple of minutes. Well, I have like 30 seconds to get ready, but I just hit go live. I'm not ready, thankfully. Okay, we're back into focus. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, we're ready. I guess we're doing this. Let's do it. All right, everybody. Right now, by everybody, I mean just me, because nobody's currently on with me right now, but they will be. So, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Mostly sunny. Haha, I got one person. So excellent. I'm just gonna start. That was a mess. I apologize for that. It's gonna be sunny out there today. Mostly sunny, very mild conditions. There is a bit of a storm system to the north of us, bringing in some cooler air. It's also rather breezy. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to update this wind advisory because I got an alert on my phone saying that there is now a wind advisory in place. Let's see. Don't listen to those shenanigans. Oh, it's for southern Idaho, western Colorado, and southern Wyoming. Good to know, everybody. All right, we got 20 people. Let's start. So today it's going to be sunny. It's going to be mild. A little bit breezy, chilly, temps in the low to mid 50s, but not a bad day. There's that storm system off to the Pacific Northwest. And here is this line of some storms. Look at that. Yikes. Would hate to be in Peoria right now. That's moving through Illinois. Look at that. That's some hail. Can someone say hail? Yes, because they're getting a lot of it. Oh! I wonder if, so this isn't here. If you're just joining me, this is, hold on, let me see. What am I looking for? Where's my velocity tool? Where's my scope? There it is. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, it's not going to let me do that. Too far out. I was trying to see if there was any rotation in there. But, okay, now I'm just really curious. I'm really sorry, guys. I just have to see. So they're under a tornado watch where that line is coming in. But right now, no warning, which is good. So I suspect that they think that it's going to pick up towards eastern Ohio. It's wild. That storm line. It's one thing I miss about forecasting for the northeast and southeast. Like, we get storms here, don't get me wrong, but they tend to be more isolated. They're not like in a storm line the way you see in the Midwest or the Northeast. So that was a spicy line. Let's just get one more look at it. Because it's good looking. That's a healthy line. Love to see it. I mean, you don't, because being in that, you don't want to be in that. There's hail, golf ball size hail, if not bigger. There's winds, there's rotation. Nothing about that line you want to be standing in. But from a scientific perspective, it's pretty cool. All right, I'm done. Let's go back to, I don't know, boring, which is what we've had this whole winter. Boring. But living in it has been fine. So temperatures, we're going to make it to the low 50s today, which is pretty close to where we should be for this time of the year. And then high pressure is going to build. And then we will get another cold front arriving for Saturday. That's going to bring down our temperatures by Sunday. But then by next week, we're talking 80s potentially for northern Utah, 90s for southern Utah. It's going to get very warm. We're not there yet, though. Upper 30s for Ogden, Salt Lake, Provo, low 40s for Price, low 50s for Hanksville, mid 30s for Bryce and Cedar City, mid 50s for Blanding, Page. Pretty warm out there. A little bit breezy today with that northwesterly flow, which is going to bring feels like temperatures down by a few degrees. Oh, Rocky Mountain Power is doing something near my house. Today across southern Utah, upper 60s for Kanab, Bullfrog, upper 60s, upper 50s for Blanding, mid 70s for St. George. A little bit on the breezy side this afternoon, especially across that southwest corner of Wyoming, southern Idaho, northern Utah. That's why that wind advisory is in place. Very windy tomorrow as well. I would imagine that we will be under a wind advisory for at least Daggett, Summit, Cache, Rich, maybe Wasatch, maybe Duchesne, Carbon, maybe. So that northeast corner in general. What do we have? Nothing. Cloud cover. That's it. A little bit cloudy across northern Utah Thursday and Friday. Everywhere else, fine. Mild, warm. That's what we have going on. And we're going to continue to see that pattern till about Saturday night. As that low rolls on in, it's going to get very breezy Saturday night, and then a little bit of some rain across the mountains. But Sunday, little windy, cloudy, chilly. Monday, high pressure builds back in, and look at that dome. Look at that high pressure, that clockwise motion we have going on there. It's nice. I'll show you where it's centered, which I believe it's going to be centered over central Arizona. Let me see here. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, there she is. That's what's going to bring in all that really warm air next week. Yeah. It's going to be warm in Southern California and Nevada. Really warm. What is going on this year, guys? It's crazy. So here's a look at the upper level pattern. There's that low causing all that trouble. High pressure building in briefly. Out of here, there's that relatively weak low, and then that high pressure is really going to be setting in. And look what it's going to do. Near 80 on Wednesday. If we reach 80, that will break a record. That will break a record because the previous earliest 80-degree day in Salt Lake City, March 31st, 2012. I believe we did that in 2024 as well. We broke some record in 2024. St. George, upper 90s. Crazy. Here's a look at St. Patrick's Day. Do you guys like St. Patrick's Day? You don't have to drink to like it. It's a fun holiday. Mid-70s for those highs. Last year, 61 was our forecasted high. I know that because I played with this graphic and I saw from last year that was the number that we had. So, well above that. And take a look at this. This is what we have going on for the next 6 to 10 days. Warm. It's blowing my mind. You know how I said if we don't get any measurable snowfall in March, I'll eat my shoe. I said that. Looks like I'm not eating my shoe. I just feel a little bit crazy talking about this weather because the weather is crazy. And I also said a couple of weeks ago that I think it's going to be a wicked hot summer. I'm still hanging on to that. All right. You want your 7-day? Here you go. Upper 80s by Monday, Tuesday. Crazy, crazy times, my friends. Northern Utah. Upper 60s, mid 60s for Saturday, upper 50s Sunday. By St. Patrick's Day, back to the mid to upper 70s. It's crazy. Crazy, everybody. Dean says, Maddie, saw your segment Chasing Bears this morning. Gee, you have all the fun. Hope it was a great experience for you. Have a great day. We need 2 more good snowstorms. All right, ladder. 2 more good snowstorms. That's probably not going to happen. I wouldn't put my money on it. I'd actually put my money against it. 1, 2. Thank you so much. It was I would say it was a really fun day, but it was really cold and there was a hike, which was fine. I do like to hike, but in those conditions, feels like conditions in the single digits because it was really windy and snowy and cloudy, and I was cold. But other than that, it was a cool story. I'm glad you liked it, and I'm happy with how it turned out. All right, everybody, I got to get on at 11 a.m. because I am going to give you the forecast because you need to know. That's why I'm here. You need to know. You need to know what's going to be. What's everybody doing this weekend? What are your plans? You're going to work on that garden? Normally, I would say maybe it's a little bit too early, but I might do that myself. I might start to plant my plants in buckets. So if it gets too cold, I can bring them in. But I might do that. I might. We'll see. All right, everybody. Have a good one. We'll talk tomorrow. Sounds fun. Bye.